This is AI Buddy Landell, and you're about to listen to Booking the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast. So stop working yourself into a shoot, you numbnuts. This show is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Don't be a dumbass and get offended by anything on this show. And if you do get offended, that's a you problem. Before I throw it to the fellas for another banger of an episode. Shout out to all the BTT patrons, including the largest Patreon contributors of the show, Disrespectfully Classy, Mark E. Blassie, Mike Childry, Joe Ice, Good Old Justin, and Mike H. Now enjoy this Outlaw Mud Show podcast. Remember, if it don't snow, it don't go. And be blessed and be a blessing, pal.
Hi, everybody. This is Jim Cornette, pro wrestling legend, and you're listening to the Booking the Territory Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast.
This is the artist formerly known as Daryl Van Horn, James Mitchell, the Sinister Minister, and I'm here to let you know I would rather slam my cock in a car door than to miss the dulcet tones of Hard Body Harper, my illegitimate son, on Booking the Territory podcast.
Woo, Messi, this is professional wrestler Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man. Tell my people, my brothers and sisters, don't you dare miss Booking the Territory. Oh, yeah.
This is the one-man gang. You're listening to Booking the Territory Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast, where today we turn the page to April 3rd, 1993, WCW Saturday Night on TBS. If you're listening to this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the like button on the video, and make sure you type a comment or two with what you liked or didn't like about the video, or about the episode, I should say. It definitely helps the channel grow. I see some of you out there posting comments. Some are good, some are bad. I don't care. Keep on posting. Whether you hate us or love us, it's all good. Those algorithms like those thumbs up and all those comments. So keep doing it. I see you, Matt Wilson. You're like the current champion of posting comments on the YouTube channel, and we love it. Michael Angel's been slipping. That's all I'll say. Anyway, Doc, let me throw it to you. Harper is 15 minutes late as of now. We're starting 15 minutes after we were supposed to. We tried to wait on him. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So, you threw a lot at me there. So what we're looking for, and I don't know that I've got the right term here, but good or bad, we just want listener engagement, right? Engagement with the digital platform. Is that correct?
That sounds right.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. And we were trying to record at the time that Harper told us that he could record at, right?
He was the one who gave us the exact time via message. You are correct,
How did I
sir.
respond to him?
You said okay, but you asked an open-ended
says.
question. He sent the response. Now he is late 16 minutes from the time that he gave. It's a rib. He has to do this. It has to be a rib.
I used to not subscribe to that theory, but now I'm afraid that I don't know. I think it's possible. I don't know.
Subscribe, not subscribe, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. I subscribe to that. Yeah. Well, this is coming out in October. I guess it's time to be official and say we're celebrating a playoff berth for the Blue Bombers.
Oh yeah, I mean, as of now, they're in the playoffs. So yeah.
Yeah, everybody was worried about things. I tried to tell y'all, man. Look, I've seen bad football. We were fine. We were always going to be fine.
You don't know nothing about the Canadian game. I've had to tell you everything.
But I knew that we had all those rouges lined up, and we're great on second down. And bruh, I had it all.
Okay, I have a question while Harper's not here. there was a comment that I read on the YouTube page or one of the episodes we did some time ago. And the person is named Highlander, the Highlander. He said Harper is wrong. Turbo by Priest is an awesome track. Now, I don't even remember Harper talking about this, but do you have any comments about Turbo by Priest being an awesome track? I guess Harper said it wasn't. I just don't recall it.
Man, so you got to remember. So first of all, Judas Priest has been around since like this actually probably the late 60s, but maybe the early 70s, and they were kind of this pedestrian sort of bluesy rock band. And then they got smart and hip to the game and started doing some more heavy metal stuff. And man, they were up there with Iron Maiden in the 80s, early 80s, like in late 70s, of like, man, it wasn't like Warrant and Poison. I mean, it also wasn't like Slayer and Metallica, but it was heavier and it was grittier and it was more real, I guess. And we're going to talk about it like it's real. And by 86 or so, I think it was, they came out with Turbo Lover or Turbo, and it was like, wait a minute. What's this shit? I mean, they've been singing about You Got Another Thing Coming and Living After Midnight, and now we're talking about Turbo Lovers. I mean, so it was, and then they came back, like we said, with Painkiller, which was even the heaviest thing they've ever done, and like crazy and speed metal and shit. So I'm not saying you can't like mid to late 80s Priest. I'm just saying if you're a certain age, that album was looked at with a certain amount of what are we doing here? And it wasn't working the room. And they returned to form a few years later. And a lot of people look at it because they've been so good for so long. A lot of people look at it like, they made a misstep, but they're cool.
This whole discussion just now, well, your point you're pointing out here just made Chris Zoncha he just Jaworski because he's a Priest guy.
Mean, it's hard. It's hard if you're talking about any musical artist. So I'm gonna get off the rock page and speak to all the brothers and the hermanos out there and everybody else across the world. I mean, you like a musical artist or act for a significant amount of time, they're going to make some missteps. And to be honest, if you really like that artist, you kind of want them to, because that means they're trying new shit.
Yeah, everything's not going to be perfect. I mean, everything's not going to be great.
Everything's not going to be airtight in the whole career. And so, I mean, you think about it. I mean, do you know of an artist that had been around for 20 years that ain't ever made a bad record, just off the top of your head? I mean, the Rolling Stones are my favorite of all time, probably. And they got a whole bunch of them I didn't like. Harper's on, by the way. We need to get him into this conversation. So, I mean, the Beatles come to mind as maybe somebody who didn't have a bad record, but I mean, that list is going to be short. Prince do something crazy on a record at one point. Everybody go, wait, what?
See, it's hard. Like, I'm trying to think of because if you're saying a whole album was terrible, that's one thing versus most of an album being terrible. You know you see what I'm saying? Well, what's up, Harper?
Okay, welcome in, Harper. We're talking about music here, and this started out with a discussion of Turbo Lover or Turbo from Priest in '86 again, because somebody wrote in about it.
Let me tell Harper real quick.
I got this. Back off.
I was going to tell him that there was a comment made.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
This.
Go ahead. You know it all.
I do. Harper. You're coming in hot to the discussion. I don't want you to think about this too much. I said that most people that like Priest sort of look over and gloss over that Turbo Lover period, because before that and after it, they were good. And so everybody sees it as sort of it's kind of unfortunate. And to be honest, lots of bands have those missteps.
Yeah, because they were trying to sound like what was hot at that time.
Right.
That whole that rap and the talking and shit like that.
Right. So my question to you
And they're one of
is,
those bands that's, if you listen to Priest, their sound changes with the times. And Alice Cooper is like that. That's how he stayed relevant from the 70s to 80s and the 90s. Is the same thing with Kiss. I mean, listen to that fucking the 80s Kiss. It doesn't sound like, you know, the stuff from the 70s, and that 90s Kiss doesn't sound like any of those.
No.
Right.
So the point I made is that if you like a band, while it may suck to not like one of their records, you kind of want them to. It's not the worst thing in the world if they kind of have a dud as a record, because that means they're trying new shit.
Yeah.
So can you think of anybody who never tried new shit and had that work out for them?
AC/DC. Everything
That's a
sounds
great
exactly
one.
the same.
And they're maybe the best rock band of all time. Although,
yes, and it never gets stale. And when you hear an AC/DC song, the first 5 seconds you know exactly who it is, and you love it.
That's correct. Now, let me keep down this road with you. We're gonna take this someplace that I didn't know we were gonna take it, but we're gonna take it there. Do you have any bands, Harper, that no matter what song it is on the radio, you're not
What's that?
Stairway to Heaven? You know what I'm saying?
Broke up.
Oh, I think you broke up. But I can never hear Stairway to Heaven again.
Because you heard it so many times?
Correct. Do you have a lot of songs like that?
Yeah, Born in the USA. That's one of them. As much as I love Springsteen, I'm like, fuck.
Right. So you love Springsteen, but if I never hear that song again, great song, but I can't. Right?
Back in Black can be like that too, because you put it on the classic rock station, it's nonstop.
Not for me. I can still do that one, but I don't ever have to hear You Shook Me All Night Long again.
Right. That one's worse.
Yeah.
That's their closest to a ballad, I guess.
So is there any band that you have out there that there's no song they have that you're turning the station?
An actual radio band?
Yeah. Like I only have one.
Maybe Zeppelin, I guess.
Okay, so you're ready to hear a whole lot
of stuff I've always listened to. It's not a radio band.
True, you're down in the underground, I know, but like I'm talking like are you listening to every song by Tom Petty on the radio?
I guess, yeah.
So you can listen to Free Fallin' again.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I can't, but he's close to that for me.
Okay.
I only have one band that's like that.
What?
That no matter all their radio hits, I'm in on every single one of them to this day, and that's Rush.
That's true. Yeah, Rush doesn't get old either. And they're another band that sound has changed for the 70s to 80s and 90s and so on.
They brought them synthesizers in full blast.
For real.
Now.
But the Turbo Lover is fucking kind of, oh God.
Right. And that's okay. Cause they were solid on before that and after that enough that it's like, okay, well shit, everybody stubs their toe once and again.
Then it Ram It Down just like that too.
Right. Well, you never stubbed your toe twice?
That's nice. It's not horrible. It's just for them. It's like, okay, we see what you're trying to do here. Okay, we get it. Dawkins, Cinderella, and okay.
So, did you like Kiss all the way through? And I know if Fritz is out there listening, this is probably going to get him going.
The 80s Kiss it's real cheesy, dude.
Let's put the X in sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not me and you.
Right.
I mean the song.
Oh, come on.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of their stuff is the 80s stuff is yeah.
Yeah.
It can sound really cheesy. Well, like
Well-
a lot of the 80s stuff sounds like a movie soundtrack song. Like they're in a montage when they're
Yeah.
doing something, and they got that real cheesy a 1980s song playing.
The 80s weren't a very good time except for wrestling.
And cartoons, and toys,
I forgot about
cereal,
cartoons. Thanks.
movies.
Puberty.
Yeah.
Y'all are funny.
All right. Well, Mike's mad at
Escaping
me
from
because I cut him
school.
off, but I thought I had something there. But maybe the Beatles didn't make a bad record. I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's the fucking Beatles, though.
Well, I mean, the Stones made some bad records.
I guess by their standards.
Right. I mean, anybody else would be happy with it, but I mean, Zeppelin didn't make any bad records.
No.
This all started, Harper, because somebody commented on the YouTube channel. Somebody at the Highlander said Harper is wrong. Turbo by Priest is an awesome track, and then they did the horns,
It's not.
hand signal or whatever.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, just go listen to it, Mike. You would love it.
Okay.
Whoa, that is a backhanded compliment. At the
I
highest order.
will very much
I'm your
pass.
turbo lover. Tell me there's no other.
Dude, Judas
And
Priest
then
got a
you hear
pass.
fucking Painkiller, and you're like, holy fuck.
Right. They come out with Painkiller sounding like Megadeth and Rust in Pieces, and it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, right.
So that's a couple of things though, because look, again, we've proven on here we're as woke as the next guy. But Judas Priest also got a pass.
I don't know.
Against...
After Harper's rant about manufacturing jobs,
I'm woke, bro.
we
Y'all need to start recycling. It's voting for black people and for women only.
Jesus.
Only?
Yeah, that's it.
What about the best person for the job?
No. We gotta get these white people out of here. They're ruining everything.
These white half of our population, half the people listening to this right now are fist bumping the sky right now.
That's right. Right, Mike?
I'm
the other half
not
just turned
staying
off.
in this.
No, I hear. Yeah, but Judas Priest got a pass for having a gay lead singer. How did that? How did that work?
I think because it wasn't official, and it was like the worst kept secrets. And back then, shit like that was fucking kayfabed. You know.
I guess, but
dude, this is how it worked back then. The people close to him knew.
Right.
Sure.
But those same people said, "Hey, man, just kind of keep that on the down low. You know, it's cool. We don't care." But
I think the record label was probably like, "Bruh, shut the fuck up."
Right, but
100%.
But they like the people close to him like, "Look, we don't care, but keep it on the down low. Just don't flaunt it." That's how it was treated at that time.
Yeah.
But there's a whole bunch of dudes that were not down with that kind of lifestyle that just glossed over, ram it down coming from a gay guy.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
The album cover for Turbo Lover, what does it look like?
Y'all gonna have to tell me. I have no clue.
Google it, Mike. I'm not telling you a goddamn thing.
We're tired of educating.
He's taking my line now. We're not telling Google.
Yeah, and and the ram it down album cover with the fist. Come on, dude.
Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they tell you And back then you were like, yeah, ram it down with the. But now you're like, oh, fisting.
Whoa.
Man, you can once you wake up, you can see it. It's
That's
like putting.
what I'm saying.
It's like putting on the glasses. Yeah, and I was thinking.
Your ass.
It's like putting on the glasses and they live.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually awesome.
You see it.
Yeah.
And so, like, they got a pass for cheesy and for that. I'm not upset about it. I'm impressed, man. They came out the other side stronger with.
See, here's the
Painkiller.
thing. It did that. What y'all are talking about right now doesn't matter today.
No.
But back then
it mattered for everything.
Right. Back then, it would have mattered a big deal. And what you're saying is.
Harper, they figured in 1986, we need to sound gayer, but act straight.
What people don't realize, in the 80s, everyone hated the.
Whoa.
But tell me I'm wrong, bro.
Why do you say it like that?
Because if you were Democratic, you were like, If you were black, white, it didn't matter, bro.
How about our
Nobody
friends?
was voting pro-gay in the 80s.
We're not disagreeing with you. It's just the way you said it.
How about our friends in the LGBTQIA plus community?
Wait,
Sir.
what? What's the I?
You just confused them. Just keep going. What Harper said.
We'll send over the employee handbook.
Yeah, we'll send you the HR handbook from
LG,
BT.
lesbian, gay, and queer. What's the other one? You got T in there, right?
That would
Trans.
Can we get back on track here?
Okay.
I don't think we can.
What the fuck is I, bruh?
Intersex.
What's that? You're into bugs?
Oh my.
Jesus.
Oh my.
The wokest podcast in America, everybody.
Y'all
I'm
assholes.
And then you need A, which is asexual.
Which is what? You only like people that have good grades.
And then and then you have a gender.
Which is I just what?
And then the plus sign is for identity terms.
You making his Harper's.
Wow.
Some of the comments on this page I want to read so bad because somebody said Harper sounds like he's ready to start his boomer podcast when he went on that ran about manufacturing. And then Future Recluse said Harper lost power for the hurricane, but he didn't wear his night vision goggles and own the night. There's so many comments that are hilarious, man. Harper.
Here's the thing, y'all. We're just
Everybody
having fun after
we're woke,
a long
but we're
day
not
at work.
woke.
Except for Harper, he's incredibly woke. The rest of us were just having fun.
Yeah, wake up.
Yeah, wake up. So
Wake up.
Mike, speaking of waking up, should I read a 5-star review that we received?
Please do so.
Okay. Best ever. Best mud show, outlaw show ever. Mike doing his best to keep Doc and Harper in the ring and not on the outside with the Coyotes.
That's right.
That's from Guy 1088. Thank you, Guy. Thanks, fella.
And if you want your 5-star review read on air, just submit it on Podcast Addict or Apple Podcasts, and it will get read on the air. That is a promise, because we do it all the time.
At some point, remember the time we had a 6-month backlog because we didn't know that the Canadian ones were coming in on a different platform?
I think Matt Wilson was the one who sent me those, because he's in Canada, and it was like, I got a whole, 15 more that hadn't been read in like the last year that were just strictly Canadian. So yeah, that was cool.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, whoops. I mean, we can't see them in America. You know, they censor.
I can't read what I can't see.
I can't read what I can't see. Hey, one more note about being the wokest podcast. My wife hears some of the things we talk about, and she's like, "You sons of bitches are gonna get canceled. You're gonna get canceled." And I'm like, "How can we get canceled? We're like way too woke according to most people." She's like, "There is nothing woke about you three assholes."
Man,
and ladies and gentlemen,
like I said, I saw her not too long ago, and I don't think she appreciates our influence on her husband, Harper.
And ladies and gentlemen, she is very woke. So she, for her to say that about us three means a lot.
Intersex and
he goes back to it. Jesus
asexual.
Christ.
No, I just Googled it. What all the abbreviations are. Yeah.
You're going to get a pamphlet in the mail now.
Yeah, okay, what the fuck is asexual? Hold on.
You don't know what asexual is.
Oh, they got a flag.
Everybody's
like
got
who is they?
Right. Pronouns, pal.
Asexuals have a flag, and it looks like Kansas State. With the purple.
They're the Wildcats?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Let's see. A term used to describe someone who does not experience sexual attraction towards individuals of any gender. A term used to describe someone who does not experience sexual attraction towards individuals of any gender.
Yeah, so like you don't have a persuasion. You don't have a persuasion one way or another.
So you just give zero fucks. Like,
yeah, you just.
It's like, okay. Everything's on
literally
the fucking menu.
Literally zero fucks.
Yeah,
okay.
Literally.
So I'm surprised. So like you don't want to have sex with anyone.
Yeah, I mean that's you don't find any.
So you're not attractive to a goddamn thing.
Right, a big booty don't do it for you. Big titties don't do it for you. Big penises don't do it for you. None of that does it for you.
God, that can't be real.
It's real.
Man. There's enough people in the world, Harper,
right?
That everything's free.
There's enough people where you can find a segment that's real, okay?
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, come on, what are we doing here?
Right.
Walk in the room here, what, Harper?
I like D-Man.
Yeah, that would be great.
My dad always said we're gonna be in Mad Max before we're in Star Trek.
There might be a lot of truth in that.
No, there is a lot of truth in that. There is a whole lot of truth in that. D-Man knows what he's talking about when it comes to that. I'm telling you. All right, Doc. Are we finally ready to talk about some wrestling? This was supposed to be a very short opening.
Yeah, we had absolutely not one thing planned tonight. That's the greatness of this show. Let's talk about wrestling.
All right, so we're talking April 3rd, 1993. This week's episode was taped March 23rd of 93. Second half of the taping that started last week. As the show kicks off, we get another clip of Van Hammer on his motorcycle, but this time we bring in the real talent, and Flair's limo pulls up and covers up Hammer in his bike. And it's Flair along with several ladies in the limo looking through the sunroof and through the window, and he's got 4 of them right there. So Flair was having a hot time on a town that night, obviously. Doc, any thoughts on the opening?
Too.
Oh, you think? I mean, come on.
You think? Yeah. I mean, right, for real. Bro, I thought that was a black dude on the bike.
Oh. Why?
I don't know.
Dude, it looks just like Van Hammer. What are you talking about?
No, he doesn't, bro.
What is he talking about?
That does not look like a brother. That looks like a freaking white man. Dude, you got more of a chance for passing for a brother than that dude on the bike does. That's clearly Van Hammer.
Coming from a guy who passes as a brother, you better listen to him, Harper.
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, but okay. Come on. That's clearly Hammer, and we saw him last week, so we definitely know it's Hammer.
Speaking of that, how did we recently finish 5 hours of Ask Menace Anything, and we still don't know what race and ethnicity you are?
I don't know. Harper, what channel did the Dodgers come on tonight?
At 8 something.
I didn't say what time. I said what channel.
Is it TBS?
I just put it on Hulu and just say, "Take me there, bitches."
There you go.
They got a college football game on right now.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's right.
Tuesday
night started, bro.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's when you know football is real.
All right. So anyway, back to the wrestling. Ron Simmons. We immediately go to the first match. In the opening, Jesse does say, "This is the #1 wrestling program on TV." No, I did not fact check this because I don't care. He could be lying and whatever. Thank you, Harper. Ron Simmons is taking on JD Wolf, who continues looking like a high school biology teacher with his Harper haircut and his singlet on. That's pink and the black tights. And Ron is waving his hands in the air like he just don't care, like he's naughty by nature. Anyway, Doc, your thoughts on this opening quick match?
Well, Wolf had a robe a couple of weeks ago. Did they tell him, "Hey, buddy, leave that at home"?
I don't know.
Yeah, this guy looks like Gargamel from the Smurf.
Yeah, Ron sticks him at the end.
Harper City looks like Gargamel.
Yeah, it's that Me Tunes talking.
That's that Me Tunes.
Oh, bro, they got Super Friends on there now. I was watching that bitch today.
Yeah, damn right. Is that why you were late?
No, I was playing Yar's Revenge, and then the fucking Skype wouldn't let me. I had to do it on the actual computer. What? Do I sound like shit?
No,
not
yet.
What? It wouldn't connect on the app?
No, dude. For like fucking 10-15 minutes, I was fucking with it.
Did you reboot?
Dang.
I did restart it, Michael. Yes.
Okay. He does sound different, and I thought that as soon as he got on, but I was like, it's Harper, and I ain't worried about it.
That's nice.
Come on.
He's always drunk.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, somewhat. Yeah, Ron plants this dude with a spine buster, 1, 2, 3, and wins. We go to break and come back from break. Tony says he's going to be talking to Missy Hyatt tonight, and Arn Anderson is back also in the ring. And Jesse says, "Great, Shivani, you will interview someone that doesn't outweigh you." I'm referencing Missy. Jesse still got the little patch of hair in the back. And then from there, we immediately go to the next match, which is Paul Orndorff versus one of Harper's favorite enhancement talents, the Italian Stallion. Doc, what do you got from this one?
Is this heel versus heel?
The Italian Stallion's never a heel.
In real life, he is.
No, come on.
No,
come on, what? What are we saying? Come on to? Come on, Harper. What the fuck are we saying? Come on to? Please enlighten me, oh great one.
He's a good guy.
With his carpet business.
Yeah.
Let Tony Schiavone look. I don't think Tony Schiavone drags anyone. So when he drags a guy like Italian Stallion, I kind of believe him.
What did he say about him? Like for real? I have no idea.
I don't remember all the internal details of it, but I do think like Italian Stallion used to take big time advantage of the other enhancement talent guys.
Oh yeah, that's like financially he would like hey, like a booking fee, and he's not the booker.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, kind of like Paulie would do for the Sopranos.
But he would take advantage of it, and the way Schiavone described it, like, look, there's a lot of veterans messing with young guys in wrestling, obviously, but Italian Stallion evidently was pretty diligent about it, and he just kept doing it. So I don't know. Again, I don't think Schiavone really drags a lot of people, and he just did not like Italian Stallion in the early days of his podcast. I don't know if does he even still do one, Doc? You used to listen to a million podcasts. I think
he still does one with Conrad, right?
Okay.
I don't have time to listen anymore, so I barely get a chance to listen to the ones that I listen to.
Oh.
I try to get Corny in and Dutch.
Shit, that's a full-time job trying to listen to Corny nowadays. I did listen to that one you mentioned to me, Doc, about I ain't made it through it yet. It's too much to get through, and you need like 5 days. with him talking about the Vince documentary.
Yeah.
But even like if he's doing 4 hours, 5 hours a week on 2 shows, that's like 10 hours.
Imagine having to break down Raw and SmackDown.
No.
And AEW and every time they fart on pay-per-view and every fucking bullshit documentary. You wouldn't leave the front of your fucking TV.
That's why I say that's what I used to say all the time. That's why, like, because I get hate mail from people like, "Why you don't like Jim Cornette no more?" I never said I don't like him. I said I just can't listen to his shows every single week because I don't want to listen to a Raw review, an AEW review, a SmackDown review. I don't want to listen to that, and because it's the same. I love corny, but it's the same bit over and over about what he hates about it. So it's like I cannot just listen to that. Plus, I definitely don't watch AEW. I do watch WWE. I just don't watch it, so I can't. No, I don't want to listen to something I'm not even watching, or listen to a review of something I'm not watching. So, but Doc told me about the documentary that they were reviewing, so I kind of wanted to hear that because Corny was there with Vince for some of that time. So of course I want to hear he's got firsthand knowledge of it. It's not like he's making shit up. It's not like he's watching something and reacting to it. He's going, no, I was here when such and such happened and I can tell you about this or that. So, but yeah, I'm with you, Harper. I know how they do it. They get paid to do it, obviously, right? They get paid good to do it.
Right.
But
let's get that ad revenue up.
But 4 hours of that
on,
every
I don't
week
give a shit about their podcast. I give a shit about our podcast. Can you go to 728 and play some Jesse audio?
Oh, Jesus. I'm scared because Jesse was on something during this episode. All right. I'm at 723. Let me hit play. Let me see what's going on. Here it is.
You can throw that shoulder block too, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, University of Tampa Hall of Famer down there.
A Hall of Famer?
Yeah, at the University of Tampa. That's where Matuzak came from, one of Orndorff's teammates.
Boy, you are just a bevy of information this week.
I'm the color man. I did my homework. I'm prepared.
There you go, and we're only into the second match. Look at Stein with a head scissor.
Keep going.
Oh, okay.
Homework. I'm prepared.
There you go, and we're only into the second match. Look at Stein with a head scissors applied to Orndorff.
I take my job very seriously, Tony. You know that.
I know you do, Jess. That's why I'm glad to have you up here with me.
Me too. Couldn't think of a better play-by-play man than Tony Schiavone, the best in wrestling. By the way, you going to buy me dinner later?
I guess I have to
I'll
now.
Keep the compliments coming if you buy. Mr. Wonderful right now, caught in the head scissors by the Italian Stallion.
That was a dig. Doc, your thoughts? You had us play it.
He's feeling frisky over there, and
he ain't working the room, brother.
No.
He ain't working the room, Harper. He's shooting. Okay, continue, Doc. What you got?
That's all. I just thought that was pretty funny.
It is pretty funny. Because did you take it as a direct shot at, like, JR?
Yes.
Yeah. And I think Tony was on the slick and was like, yeah, thank you. And I don't know. It just seemed like there was a lot of, stuff that should have been imagined in those words. All right. Well, Orndorff is going to hit the pile driver and he's going to win. Not a bad match, kind of a lengthy one, but it is what it is. And we knew who was going to win. So there was that. We go to commercial and we see Harper asked about this and I couldn't remember if they aired it, but we go to commercial and we come back. And when we come back, we're going to see a replay from WCW Worldwide when Austin and Pillman defeated Douglas and Steamboat for the World Tag Belts. So Harper, you asked about this and we were like, no, we're not going to see it. And I didn't remember them airing it, but here it is. So here is the finish. They only show about, 3 minutes of the match. We do see Pillman and Austin winning the belts. Doc, did you have thoughts on this before I go to how they finish this thing?
Can you go to 16-12? Stone Cold takes a hell of a bump here.
All right, we're at 16:05, so we're working towards it.
All right. He's on the outside trying to get the tag from Pillman. And he gets the tag.
In. Oh, that one. Yeah. He sits on. So he jumps like he's about to kick, I guess, Shane or land on Shane on the ropes. Shane moves and Austin lands with his ass and hamstrings on the middle rope and bounces off. And it's like he springboarded off of the middle rope. That was a hell of a bump.
Not how you think of Austin when you think of him, but man.
Yeah.
No, because look how, I mean, look how he just bounces off. Boing. Yeah, it was good stuff. All right, so the finish.
I thought this was really good all the way through, and the finish was good. This was good stuff, pal.
Hot tag to Steamboat. Shenanigans with Steamboat throwing Austin over the top rope, but the ref missed it. That's why I said Shenanigans. Steamboat goes to the top rope to crossbody and hit the crossbody on Pillman. Austin tries interfering on the pin, but he lands on Pillman. Austin and Douglas then fight on the outside. Steamboat and Pillman are then left in the inside. They collide. Steamboat is leaning against the ropes when Austin hits Steamboat in the back of the head with one of the belts. And Pillman then pins Steamboat. And on that note, we got new World Tag Team Champions, which we've known now, correct me, Doc, for what, at least 2 weeks? But we're just finally seeing it. Sound about right?
Yeah.
It feels like it's been longer than 2 weeks.
Yeah, I remember Harper asking, "Are we going to see this?" And we were like, "I don't think so." I mean, I knew we didn't see it on those episodes. I forgot that they came back and then showed it. So there's that. But I think it's good that they do show it, though. I mean, especially if you're trying to do something with these 4 guys.
Right.
I was trying to let them get to the pin, but they're taking all damn day. This is a long
Why
finish.
are they taking so long? Hurry up.
Austin didn't even hit Steamboat in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Shut up.
Look how he clearly... Watch this. He doesn't come close. Oh, my God.
Then technically it's not cheating.
That's right.
I guess you're right. Yeah, no, you're right. All right, any other thoughts, Doc, before we go to their promo? Because we
Let's
back
go to their promo.
So back to center stage, where we're going to hear from Austin and Pillman here. That is.
So there it is. Austin Pillman become the tag team champions of the world, and the champs are here on WCW Saturday Night.
Tony, what we've just witnessed is the storybook beginning of the greatest tag team the sport has ever seen. This epic battle with Steamboat and Douglas marks the genesis of the next great dynasty in professional sports. The Hollywood Blondes, the People's Champions, the last beacon of hope for the wretched refuse all across this country. And let me encourage all you pathetic souls, come on down, buy a ticket, let us enrich your lives and give you a brush with greatness.
It's kind of scary, isn't it, Tony? It's like you're out here, you're shaking. It's like you're seeing the burning bush. Your hair's probably going to turn gray because we told the world what we were going to do, and we went out and did it. All you people out there in TV land, you just make me sick. Come on, Brian, put your hand out. I want you people out there at TV land to come on and touch your screen. Feel that brush with greatness that you'll never, ever realize in your entire life. Because you're not a Hollywood blonde and you're not the tag team of the 90s. Tony Schiavone, have you ever seen a better tag team? And give me your honest opinion.
You certainly are two of the greatest athletes that have ever held the belt.
Tony, we don't have any more time for you. The team of the 90s is about to embark on the road to tag team immortality.
And we'll be back on TBS right after this.
I love when Pillman said, "Buy a ticket, let us enrich your lives." I thought that was great. Before we start commenting on whatever Sting is doing right now. Doc, your thoughts on the promo?
Well, we got more biblical references from Stone Cold there with the burning bush.
Yeah. You know that's from Mike?
No.
It's from Three Amigos. When they got that singing bush, they had a burning bush too. You remember that?
No.
Yeah. What was it?
You're pulling my
Three
leg.
Amigos, wasn't that? With the Bush singing?
You're pulling my leg right now. Sure thing, Mr. Judas Priest.
Oh, no.
That's nice. Ram it down.
Yeah, ram it down, Mike.
All right, any other comments on Pillman? I thought they were good here, especially Pillman.
I
Man,
thought they were good, too. And all I could think about was just in a couple of short years, they're going to be Pillman has a gun.
Yeah.
That's true, huh? Yeah.
Pro wrestling, man. I tell you, it's something else. Buy a ticket. Let us enrich your lives. That needs to be BTT's motto. Download the show. Let us enrich your lives.
Let us.
I mean, you never know what you're going to get. You're going to get Harper going off on a manufacturing rant. Doc being overly woke.
Come on.
Me being confused by society. Anyway, Doc, I got to play this. Do you want to comment on Sting right here?
I don't even have it, so I don't even know what you're talking about. I must have skipped past it.
Yeah, because it's before.
It's like he's waiting for a bus, you know, like
Before-
sitting at the bus stop. Like, hey, what's up,
Before we
man?
go to
Yeah.
commercial, that's exactly what it seems like he's doing. It's a Slam Jam ad. Listen to this.
And you know something? This Slam Jam stuff is unbelievable. Oh, this is the Stinger, and I want you to stay tuned for more World Championship Wrestling. Woo!
I love it. Man, call Sting. All right. We continue along since Doc's not entertained. Johnny B. Bad is taking on Nature Boy Paul Lee. Doc, quick match. Your thoughts?
I thought it was funny that Johnny B. Bad put the Kiss That Don't Miss on a poster of himself outside the ring. That was nice. Way to spread babyface cheer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
22-30.
22-30. I'm trying to get to it.
Yeah.
22-24. What are we looking
We
for
got
here?
some
The brothers
sisters in the
dancing?
background that are dancing.
There they
Yeah.
go.
There they go. Go, girl. Go,
Yeah.
girl. Go, girl.
That's a
It's
few
your
brothers.
birthday.
What are you talking about?
Oh. Is
You
it?
can't. Yeah.
Is that dudes?
Yeah, that's three
watched
dudes,
this- I
man.
watched
Yeah,
this
that's
on my-
guys. The guys
Oh,
got
I
a
watched
tie
it-
on.
It's the
I watched
same
this on
dudes
my
that
phone.
always are there dancing whenever Simmons comes out and Johnny B.
Well,
Bad
can
come
you-
out.
I know this was bad. Can you show me 24-28? We have a
24
whoopsie in the ring.
Yeah. I'm at 24-25. Here it comes. Paulie into the ropes.
Whoops. He made it.
Yeah. And Paulie goes into the ropes. And Johnny goes up for a leapfrog and Paul stops and then tries to go through. Whoops.
Whoopsie.
All right. What else?
That's it, because this was going to be quick.
Yeah, the finish comes next. Johnny B. Bad does that sunset flip off the top rope, and Bad wins 1, 2, 3, and we're out. We do get a promo after from Johnny B. Bad, and it's rather short, and Bad says, "It's a good day to be a bad man." He's ready for a title match. He wants the NWA World Champion, Barry Windham. Other than that, pretty much meat and potatoes. Your thoughts, Doc?
Yeah, I did. I was like, it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, he still looks like a brother.
Okay. I don't think that's
Just
going to
saying.
change.
Yeah. So then we go to Vinny Vegas versus Rob Morgan. I got a
Rob
timestamp,
Morgan.
Doc, that I got to
This
play.
guy's
but-
tall.
Yeah, he
How
is
tall
tall.
this guy is.
Look at Vegas. What, you go to high school with him?
Absolutely. But somewhere during this match, they start talking about dumb blondes. It might have been about Missy.
I've
Jesse-
got
But
the
Jesse
timestamp.
told Tony that you want to meet dumb blondes at night.
I have the timestamp.
Let's hear it.
Here it comes.
When you pay that $7 to see Demolition Man.
You get 2 cents per ticket?
No, I get 2 cents from your ticket.
Vinny Vegas leveling in to Rob Morgan. Big guy, and, we have seen Heavy Metal Van Hammer, who definitely has his sights set on Vinny Vegas. It is a case of a big guy against another big guy.
Absolutely, but I give the advantage to Vinny. Vinny's smarter. Heavy Metal's got all the physical attributes, but he's kind of dumb.
You said that last week, and you attribute that just because he's blonde. Now, we don't know if he's a natural blonde or not.
Well, blondes have more fun, but blondes are also dumb. You've heard the term dumb blondes?
I have heard that term.
Thousands of them all over the United States, dumb blondes.
I tell you, as a matter of fact,
those are the ones you want to meet, late at night, Shivani, them dumb blondes.
Well, to each his own, I guess. In the back of the neck, snapmare takeover.
You don't want the smart blondes. No. Otherwise, you got to give up half when it's all over.
Reverse chin like you hear Morgan say, "Oh, he's breaking my neck."
Tony don't want no part of that.
Yeah.
The blondes are going to cancel Jesse when they hear that in 2024. Doc, thoughts?
Watch it. Man, Jesse's on it tonight.
Oh, he's on it. You ain't lying. He's on it. He says a few things on tonight's show. Are blondes dumb, Doc?
No.
Okay, just asking.
Not even.
I know.
Those are hurtful stereotypes, and they don't help anyone, Mike.
Well, that's like a dead stereotype now, huh?
Wokest podcaster and planet.
Yeah, man, come on. Blondes are very, intelligent women.
We celebrate everyone in the community.
That's right. It starts with us, Mike.
That's right. The change that we want to see starts and begins with us.
Yes.
Y'all are being assholes.
No, it starts with the man in the mirror.
That's true, too.
Yeah. I'm asking him to change
his ways.
Oh, yeah. No message gonna send. And it's all your hands, it's all your mind. Okay. Doc, back to the match. Any thoughts on Vegas? You go to high school with him versus Morgan?
No.
Okay. Yeah, we end up with a Snake Eyes by Vinny Vegas, and Vegas, a.k.a. Nash, is going to win the match, and that's that. I'll fast forward to the next match. Eric Watts and Brad Armstrong, hell of a combination here, versus the Wrecking Crew. Yes, the Wrecking Crew is still here, and Watts is teaming with Brad Armstrong. We got to eat up some innings here because this was a pretty lengthy match. I got one timestamp for sure that I'm going to play from Jesse at 37:05 with some audio. Doc, do you have anything before I go to 37:05?
I don't have any timestamps. My thought was poor, so you can go ahead over there. I was like, man, poor BA here, but this is also where his hair is just out of control.
Brad Armstrong?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's
a hell of a mullet, bro.
Right. It's different than the Cole twins because theirs is straight. Brad's is curly. When he's standing straight up, it's halfway down his back. So, all right, let me play the audio from Jesse. He's got some commentary. Here it is.
You're getting warm. The question is, how close is Eric Watts getting to a return with Double A, the enforcer, Arn Anderson? I don't think I'd care to be Eric Watts. Like Arn said, the Eagle's flowing the coop and the little Tweety Bird's by himself now.
Tweety Bird. Oh my. Okay, into the arm now, and Eric's going to get a break as Fury sends Brad Arm. Here's a reversal. Arm drag takeover. Sending Fury down.
And you know who was most happy about the Eagle flying the coop, Shivani?
I'm scared to ask that one who.
That the all-time greatest secretary at WCW Annette. She was the happiest.
Was she really? Onto the arm. Right onto the wrist.
Shivani is not touching anything.
He's like, why?
So let me give everybody. So we got a message not too long ago, Mike. You may remember this. It was one of the Ask Me's. It could have been you. It could have been the last one we did. One of the guys sent in a question about what it's like to be a girl dad.
I hate that term.
Well, but there's some truth to it. And here's the thing. Eventually, that little baby girl is going to grow up to be a little girl and then a teenager. And what I'm experiencing on that path and what Mike's already into in the teenager world is when mom and daughter start fighting, everybody else in the house needs to do exactly what Tony Schiavone just did. So if you didn't hear that, rewind that back about a minute and listen to Tony. Stay the hell out the way. And there's your advice on how to navigate that shit.
Oh, they heard it loud and clear without hearing it. Like, Tony is just like, I'm not getting in this. This is not my problem to talk about. So
not
whatever you saying, Jesse, like a buddy of mine used to say, my name is Bennett and I ain't in it.
Yep. Do you have another time audio clip from him in this match?
I don't.
Okay, so later in the match, Jesse says, Oklahoma, because they're talking about Watts, Oklahoma is nothing but wheat and rednecks.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was from this match or another one that he said that.
Okay.
By the way, it's been years since I heard Schiavone talk about it. I think Schiavone addressed this on his show with Annette, the WCW secretary. I think he's talked about it. Either he did or Arn did in like the early years of their shows.
So Bill Watson, the secretary, had something going on?
I don't know. I'm not trying to say that.
Don't say
because
that.
if you listen what Jesse said, she was happy when Bill Watts flew the coop.
Oh, okay.
Like when he left.
So it was like Mad Men type shit?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't remember the specifics, but Schiavone talked about, like, Schiavone's no selling it here, but he's talked about it in more recent years from what I remember. So if you remember, DM Luke Hawks on Facebook or X or Twitter or Instagram, and he'll get the message over to Harper. We'll make sure of that. But yeah, he's talked about it before. It wasn't anything pleasant for the secretary from what I remember.
Correct.
So that's why she was happy Bill was gone. All of this is allegedly, obviously. I wasn't there. Doc wasn't there. Look, we're just going off of stories heard, and that's that. Doc, this match, bro, they ate up some time.
So did I. I was pushing fast forward a lot.
All right, well, I'll go to the finish. We do get a hot tag to Brad Armstrong after the Wrecking Crew had grounded Watts for a while. It ends up being all four guys in the ring. Brad Armstrong does hit the Russian leg sweep, but then he is hit in the back of the head by Rage or Fury. I can't remember which one. Then one of them ends up pinning Brad Armstrong, and Brad Armstrong and Watts eat the pin. Brad does, which, Jesus Lord, this man was done wrong in this company for so many years. I guess he got paid, though, so it's not a big deal. But wrong team won. Brad Armstrong forever deserved better than this. Doc, your thoughts?
Oh, God, he's always taking a pin.
I mean, there's been a few instances where he hasn't, but for the most part, he just was the technician who ate pins there for many years. You know what's crazy? We think about Brad during the 90s. He's been around there forever, though.
Yeah,
since the early 80s.
Right. We think of Brad Armstrong like I guarantee you ask most people to go, oh yeah, I remember Brad Armstrong from Saturday Night in the early to mid 90s, and then during the Monday Night Wars era, you know, he was on Saturday Night. I remember Brad, and it's like Brad was around 10 to 15 years before all that shit. Yeah, man. Brad was great. Any other thoughts though, Doc?
Oh man, I was disappointed that he ate the pin, but I'm not surprised.
Not surprised at all. So here are Harper's favorite two wrestlers, the Cole brothers or Cole twins, depending on.
Looks like a helicopter's gonna land on their fucking head.
What do they call that? A helipad?
Yeah.
Heliport? Whatever. So I'm not going to play it, but these two in their hair and their fanny packs, and Jesse can't get their names right, and there's a fan they pan to the crowd that says Cole for the gold sign. I have to say this, Doc. The people love these two. Like, you can say what you want, but the people in center stage are like, man, these guys are great. They're fun.
What's not to love?
There it is. Look at that. Look at that sign, Harper.
I want to see the face. Is that a child?
They don't show. All they show is a sign.
Okay.
Yeah. Doc, any thoughts on this?
Stupid.
That's nice.
Look at the hairdos. Look at Jesse shitting in there.
It's almost like the old like Brian Bosworth deal, but
Yeah.
on crack.
That's a great comparison. Bosworth's hair, his tail wasn't as straight though.
Yeah, that's what that is. It's like the Brian Bosworth thing, but like, 3-4 years afterwards.
Boy,
Remember
give
that
that
movie
dude.
Stone Cold he was in?
Yes.
I love that fucking movie, bro. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I had that shit on VHS. I had it on DVD, bro. That movie was badass, bro.
You watched it nonstop.
Oh, yeah. God forgives. I don't. Boom.
Boy, you want to talk about a dude who knew how to sell himself during that era.
Brian Bosworth?
Before social media? Yeah. He was a good football player, but he wasn't what he made us believe he was.
That's true.
Like, I'm not knocking him. As a college football player, yeah, he was good. But, bruh, once you get to the pros, you could be a great college player. If it don't translate, it don't translate. And he was good, but he wasn't.
That Monday night game.
Oh my
the Raiders.
God.
I remember as a child in front of
Me
the
too.
TV watching that, like, oh, he just ran over his ass. Bo don't play, bro.
Bo Jackson is one of the greatest athletes ever. I'll die on that hill. If I would love to see the alternate universe where he doesn't get hurt. So
Imagine
anyway,
if there was just like two of them, and then one did football and one did baseball.
God, Bo was good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. All right, Doc. Thoughts on Cactus versus Tex Slazenger in this next match?
Man, I'm having all kinds of internet weirdness over here, so hopefully this is going through and people are hearing me. Tex gets out on the outside and does the bang bang at Cactus, and Jesse says everyone in Texas has a gun.
I mean,
That's kind of true, right?
yeah, like it's definitely true in 2024. Unless your name's Doc Turner.
I thought we answered that on an Ask Menace not too long ago.
We did talk about that on Ask Menace Part 5, I think.
I think Nate Bird is probably a gun.
Probably. Yeah, everybody in Texas owns a gun. 99.9%, except for Doc.
It was you don't know who's carrying a gun when you come up to sell your solar panels door to door.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. You are,
hey, Harper, did you know
you are kind of modulated or like
yeah,
kind of mic coming on in and out a little bit, but we can hear you.
All right. Well, Harper, did you notice there's no branding on the ring skirt this week that says WCW?
I didn't notice that. No, I wonder why.
He's being funny. Why are you messing with Harper?
Why?
I don't know. I'm not. I know proper marketing and branding is one of Harper's passions.
That is true. You got to put your logo fucking somewhere.
Right.
Your logo should be if you can, and every camera angle. Because you can't just assume, especially back then, that someone's flipping through the channels, they know what in the fuck they're watching.
That's right.
Because back then, you were flipping through the channels. It was like
Yep.
Hulu. Oh, okay. Young Shelton. Click. Okay. I'll watch this. You were literally just going through fucking Channel 4, Channel 6, Channel 8.
He ain't lying.
He ain't lying. I didn't think this match was all that great. I think Cactus is really kind of floundering in this babyface role. And I'm not sure what we're doing here. It doesn't feel like we're working the room.
I think it's, and this is not a shot at Tex or Shanghai, but they haven't
Sounds
really
like it.
done anything with them. I mean, they're just not really over. And Cactus, who's hot as a babyface, it just doesn't do anything at this point. Like it kind of brings Cactus down. It doesn't elevate them. But it is just a Saturday night match, so Cactus gets the win, so it doesn't really hurt anything. And you got to do something. When you say you're having internet problems, because you do sound kind of funny, can you hear us?
Yeah. I couldn't for a minute when this match started. I restarted my computer earlier this evening before the game, but before the show.
Before the game.
And all of a sudden, man, my internet just went out while y'all were talking, and so now it's back on, but I don't know.
All right, you sound better now, so that's good.
Sweet.
All right.
Well,
so we'll go now.
To,
go ahead, Doc.
let's go to Sweet Missy.
Oh boy, Harper's gonna lose it here. Here he comes.
Oh man.
Oh,
Harper,
I just got back just in time.
Okay, well, I'm gonna hit play, and you can tell us how you're feeling and what you're feeling on when we're done. Here's the promo. Here's Missy and Tony Schiavone.
Back on Saturday night, and
Ric Flair, I need to talk to you. I really, really need to talk to you. Your security won't let me get to you. I mean, I saw you wave at me. You said you wanted to party. We go back a long way, Rick. And what I have to tell you will change your life. So please, Rick, talk to me.
Thank you. Let's go to the ring.
Ring a ding ding. What you think, Harper?
Is she wearing a wig?
Yes.
Well, she's had that the last couple of weeks, right? Because she had that promo with Zabisco. She had like a similar. I'm no woman's hair expert. You'd think I'd be, because the stuff my wife puts on her head sometimes. But I don't know. It's got to be a wig.
That's a wig.
That's got to be a wig, dude.
Yeah. Okay, that's all you're looking at, the hair?
No, she looks like a mixture of a Southern Belle and I Dream of Jeannie with that outfit on.
So is that Harper approved?
Missy is always Harper approved.
Oh God, grow up! Seriously?
No, come on.
What's wrong with that? Let him
know.
enjoy it.
Yeah, come on.
He's gonna put his hand on his thing like that Priest album.
What?
Like the Priest
right.
album.
He's gonna ram it down.
Ram it down and Turbo Lover, baby.
There you go.
Tell me there's no other.
Grow up.
Grow up.
Okay. All right. Any other thoughts on Missy here? She says, "What I have to tell you will change your life." Get your mind out the gutter, everybody out there. She is telling Flair she needs to talk to him, but she's saying, "What I have to tell you will change your life." She didn't say anything about doing to you.
Yeah, come on.
This is taking too long.
Okay.
Yeah, this has been going on probably since he first got back.
It certainly has. We go to the next match. It's Sting versus Mike Thor, Doc's favorite wrestler, Sting. I guess it's a pretty quick match. Thoughts,
that
Doc?
Interest looks so fucking bad. Looks like a high school. It's like a middle school fucking, the fucking homecoming dance. We walk into a gym.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I mean, did you expect more from WCW? I'm really confused. We've been watching this show now for years. It's not like.
But when you see someone like Sting walk through some dumb shit like that,
so would you rather they just remove the tinsel?
Down.
Okay, well, y'all complained when they would come down the hallway with the posters. Now you're complaining about the tinsel.
Stupid too.
Everything ain't stupid, Harper.
Yeah, it is.
Just put a fucking curtain up. Wrestlers have been coming through curtains since the dawn of time.
Since the
Boxers,
dawn of time.
MMA fighters, there's a fucking curtain. Fuck.
Actually, if you watch UFC, their fucking entrances are basic as hell. They just walk out and they walk down like basically.
Yeah, that's
they come out of a door. I mean, there's music playing, but there's no pyro and all that other stuff usually, even like pay-per-views.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, bro.
Okay. Harper got triggered. That's what I wanted to talk about one of these days. I was making a list of the top 5 things that trigger Harper. I won't give it away. One of them was when I told him that atheists don't celebrate Christmas, and he goes,
right.
"Oh, the fuck they don't! Don't you just triggered me, Mike?" All right, Doc. Thoughts on Sting and Mike Thor?
It was fine. It was decent. Sting does a good job in these matches because he understands that you got to move quickly and go.
Yeah,
he's good, and he's good at just doing the holler and getting the crowd what they came to see. So I'm not against that.
He's over too. So from there, Sting does cut a quick promo. He basically puts over the entire promotion, naming all the stars on the show, of the show. And then he howls at the end to my friend Everett Starr's delight when he howl. Doc, any thoughts?
It's fine. I mean, again, you're giving those folks what they didn't pay to come see. It's okay.
I like Sting.
Okay.
There's the howl.
That's your. Yeah, I'm not telling you not to.
Yeah. You probably like Ruse too.
There was nothing wrong with Ruse back then.
By this time, probably, yes.
By 93, yes. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Ruse was like trying to, it would be like if you were still wearing like LA gear or something at this time.
My God.
With the fucking lights in the shoes. I saw
my
someone
God.
shared that I completely forgot about.
That was later, though, the lights in it, right? Because I feel like my kids were wearing shoes with lights in them. When they were...
LA Gear, I think, made that gimmick, and then it didn't go anywhere. And then they brought the shit back.
Do you remember the shoes that they put 2 wheels on the bottom of them?
Yeah, those like the skate shoes that like.
And the wheels would click in and out. Bruh, I was in the store one day and this little sucker comes flying through. I was like, what this shit? Yeah, I don't know. It just made me think about that when you start talking about the lights and stuff. Yeah. All right. Shane Douglas and Steamboat take on Bob Cook and Randy Sledge.
How
former
old is
tag.
Randy Sledge?
Let's see.
Let's go back. Since you want to. Oh, he's young. God, he's very young.
Yeah, he's a kid, man.
Oh man, what you give him? 20, Harper?
Matt,
Look at him.
You think he's that young? You think he's not high school age?
No,
he's definitely a teen. Like, if he was 19, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's 18, 19 years old.
Yeah,
I mean, he just looks like a kid, man.
He looks like that big goofy kid that like played high school football. He was an offensive lineman. May have played some junior college ball somewhere.
And then just couldn't let the athlete life go. Had to stay doing something.
Yeah. Can you play audio? Can you play audio at 104 even? An hour and 4 even.
I knew you were gonna get me to play that shit.
Oh, come on.
Seriously?
You have to.
Okay.
We're not gonna. Hey, we're not gonna comment on it. We're just gonna play and laugh. Okay.
I'm not. BTT will not be held responsible for Jesse here. Okay. Now, I will say this before I play the audio. Jesse says life is tough for the former champs. The women don't chase you anymore. Not that Steamboat had that problem with his Family Man song. That's why I wanted to mention that. He's a family man, remember? Anyway,
yeah.
On that note, let's go to this audio that Doc has requested we play.
Well, you can better believe that Steamboat and Douglas will get their shot again, get that big return match, and I know fans are looking forward to that.
Well, there you see Shane Douglas, and I've said it before, his hero in the world is Rush Limbaugh. And now Rush is kind of in second place. George Bush got beaten, Shane lost his title, so it's a bad year right now for the conservatives.
Right on the arm.
You're not politically inclined at all, are you, Tony?
No, I kind of stay out of that. I never really wanted to, run for office or anything like that. Takes a special breed, as you might know.
Well, you got to tie everything up together, Wrestling is kind of like life.
How's that?
Well, look at it. You have people that wrestle fair. You have people that break the rules. You have people that brag. You have people that are modest. You have all walks of life in the world of wrestling. And you have conservatives like Steamboat and Douglas.
And just to show you that sometimes the conservatives don't always win.
Most of the time they don't.
Tag is made.
Can you imagine if you said that on TV nowadays if you were a wrestling commentator?
That lasted a lot longer than I thought it was going to last.
And I wasn't. Don't get worked up, y'all. That's not why I wanted to play it. There's two things that I wanted to play, and I wrote this down. One is he said wrestling is like life, and I think we've always said that.
Yep.
And how uncomfortable Tony was throughout that entire exchange.
Well, so
Tony knows better. Tony knows better. And he knows that this isn't a winning proposition. And he's like already laying out on Jesse for other things. But Tony's smarter than this. And he's like, I am not doing this.
Oh, the other thing is, again, if you listen to Tony Schiavone's early years on the show, on his podcast, Tony was like, I'm so tired of people sending me anything political. He's like, I don't give a damn. Keep your politics to yourself. I don't care. Because I guess people would tweet, like Tony would say something on the show that wasn't even political, but like everything nowadays, you make one statement and somebody thinks it's some type of political statement and you had no intent.
You know how that is.
You just make a statement. Like I would have never thought that before we started doing this show, and then I realized, wait, Doc said what? And I listened to it, was like, how did you take that as a political statement? It wasn't. And Tony was like basically repeating that. He's like, I don't care. So the interesting part there was like, yeah, he basically reiterated in 93 or reiterated in 2015, whenever his pod started, or 18, whenever it was, what he was saying in 93. He was like, I don't get into that stuff. And that's, whether you like that or not, that is Tony Schiavone. He's still like that to this day. So I just thought that was just hilarious on multiple levels for me. Good shit, pal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This match went on too long though.
It did. That guy's 18 years old at least, but he does definitely look like just a young kid.
Yeah.
He's got a baby face and everything
for
still.
For real, dude.
Yeah. I never understood that until I got older and I was like, oh yeah, you look like a child.
Yeah.
All right. We continued. Anything else, Doc, or can I go to the finish?
Go to the finish.
All right. Douglas catches Sledge with a forearm, and then he tags in Steamboat. Steamboat hits the crossbody, comes off the top, gets the win, and that was that. From there, we go to Barry Windham versus Joey Maggs. Maggs is looking like a buff half pint in there. He is so short standing next to Windham. Like, you're going to see it in a second, Harper. It's very odd. Like, he's just, you can't tell right now. And then when they pan out, look at how short he is, or it's how Wyndham is.
Yeah.
Especially when they lock up. Bear's a big bastard, but I don't know, Doc. There's some We Want Flair chants at the start of this. Tony's also plugging the next pay-per-view, which is Slamboree, coming on May 23rd, 1993. That was the Night of Legends pay-per-view, or a Legends reunion. Doc, any thoughts on this match? I do have a timestamp.
Yeah, is it a clothesline at 112.45?
112.10. Jesse's mentioning Al Capone, and I thought it was
okay. That's right. He starts talking about that damn vault.
Oh my God!
Yes.
When they dug in, they found a safe or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So hold on. Let me play it, and then we'll get yours with the lariat, Doc.
That Flair had to say about Wyndham last week on TV.
You're about as popular to Barry Windham as Geraldo is to Al Capone.
An uppercut. Well,
Remember when he went into Al's vault and found nothing but an old wine bottle?
Yeah,
That's all Al left for him. That's about all you get out of Wyndham is an old wine bottle every time you interview him.
Flair had the comments side Salto that time last week, as you heard, exclusively on the main event.
Bruh, I know we all watched that bullshit live.
Oh yeah.
At least I did. And
yeah, what was in there? Is it gold? Is it money? Is it, jewels?
Bruh, they built that crap up, and it was nothing. We sat there for an hour and waited for them to open that stupid freaking vault. They opened it, and it was nothing but leftover bottles.
Yeah.
Boy, I want to know how much ad revenue they made selling that horse crap. All right.
I think that safe was probably a decoy back in the day.
Okay. That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Don't give away their plans.
Or it was the real vault, and it was cleaned out many years before that.
That's true, Mike.
What are you trying to say?
Well, I'm trying to say we don't need to work and create a fake vault.
Are you suggesting that there's no conspiracy theory in some things?
Yeah, because everything's a conspiracy theory if you're a blithering freaking moron.
All right.
And you know me, I can get into a conspiracy theory.
You're prone to conspiracy, I know.
But man, the government ain't controlling the weather. If they were controlling the weather, they would have made sure that Cowboys and Steelers game several weeks ago was started on time, okay?
Yeah, I couldn't, but I was, because we had the show, and we went to the harbor, it was sitting there eating, I'm like, oh, okay, it's like 10:30, all right, we're all leaving. And look, I was like, it's fucking halftime.
Right.
What the fuck? It's 10:30.
Right.
All right. Doc, did you have anything else between Wyndham and Mags?
I really didn't. It was kind of uneventful, but, whatever.
So after the match, we go to Barry Windham, who this time Jesse Ventura is going to interview because Tony Schiavone has had no luck hearing from Barry. Let's see if Jesse can get Barry to talk.
Yes, and here we are, Big Barry Windham, and let me be the first to congratulate you. A tremendous victory. I was there to call it at Super Brawl when you beat the great Muda. What a matchup it was, Barry.
Jesse, first of all, I want to thank you. You're a man with class, and you know how to conduct an interview. But I want to say there are a lot of men out there. Johnny B. Bad, Rick Steamboat, Dustin Rhodes. They all want a piece of this belt. They all want a piece of the heritage of this championship. And I'm going to let them all have a piece. And I'm going to let them all have their time. But I guarantee you, when I step out of the ring each time, I will still be the champion.
Absolutely. I have no doubt in my mind, because I think that you will reign as one of the greatest NWA champions of all time. But Barry, I'm the man who tells it like it is. And I'm the man that's got to ask the hard questions. You understand that, right? Well, we all know now Somebody's come back on the scene. Somebody who held that belt for years and years. And you know who I'm talking about. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Wait a minute, Barry. Nobody walks off on me on an interview. What is this? Tony Schiavone, you're probably behind this. I don't understand it. We'll be back after these timeouts. All I did was say Ric Flair.
Doc, thoughts on Barry getting or just leaving Jesse hanging and Jesse being mad?
I don't really get where we're. I mean, I guess I do, but whatever.
Yeah, it goes on for a while. They did it for too long.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Danny Deese is back in the ring, looking like Buddy Landell, a pudgy Buddy Landell, taking on Rick Rude. Doc, they talk about Barry walking off when Jesse asked about Flair. Jesse is still outraged and shocked that he was treated the way he was, I guess. Any thoughts on this match? Quick one?
Nah, Rude was all over him and ended it quick.
Yeah, Rude awakening, 1, 2, 3. Jesse says Dustin will keep ducking Rude because he is intimidated by Rick Rude. And there may be some truth to that.
There may be some truth to that. But we need to get to this next match, Mike, because come on.
Arn Anderson is back in the ring on Saturday night. And he is healthy and he's ready for a match for the first time in a while. Jesse says, if I was Eric Watts, I would head back to Oklahoma right now. And Tony
Is
says,
that Rob Van Dam? Oh, wait.
No, that's Rex Cooper.
No, come on.
Tony says, Watts is not going to do that, Jesse. And Jesse says, that's right. He's too dumb to go back to Oklahoma. Doc, thoughts on the match as they Jesse put the boots to Eric Watts some more.
Hey, this is going to be. Oh, look, there's T-Rex.
Hey.
Boy, wow,
Was
that's
that him?
messed up.
I don't Spam Museum.
Think T-Rex would be.
That's him. It was this Spam Museum, and it was great. I got a T-shirt. I got the ashtray and the coffee mug.
I'll never forget the day it happened. Doc's walking past him, and he sees was it a Spam?
Coffee mug.
Was it a coffee mug? I thought it was one of those stress balls.
He had one of those too.
And Doc's a kid. He's like a kid. He runs to me. Bruh, guess what T-Rex has on his desk? Like, I don't know. A freaking cup from the Spam Museum. And this was like right after Harper, you cut the... What the hell? Y'all don't want to be patrons, or it was the Vimeo channel that Wildcat had at the time? It's $5. That's like 5 cans of Spam for y'all. It was right after you cut that promo. Such is life. What a great moment. Boy, we get some great moments out of this show.
Spam
Okay,
Slam.
so Spam Slam. Now, here's the thing I had. Arn is Arn, man. He's still the same. He's still awesome. And it's not going to be crazy because this is a tune-up match against this guy. The gold will come after the match. He spikes him with the spine buster. We're good.
Yeah, and the only other thing I was going to say about it, because it is a quick match, I'm going to go to the finish right now. Give Rex Cooper credit. He tried to work the knee at the start of the match, which was, remember, Arn's injury. But Arn was like, nah, bro, I'm not having it. I'm healed and I'm good to go. And I'm about to.
doing that.
Yeah, we're not doing that tonight. And it was what it needed to be, a quick win with the spine buster by Arn, 1, 2, 3. And then he throws up the sign of the 4 horsemen as he gets up from the pin. From there, Doc, we go to a promo. It's going to be Ric Flair and Arn Anderson. Did you want to say anything before I get to it, or are we going to go to it? Go ahead.
Do you know how much better in standing he would be with all of us if Ric Flair still dressed like this today and was like classy, and instead of a broken down pimp, he dressed like Michaels from Kansas City with a gray suit and was just put together, custom made, and that way, just like this today.
You saying that's part of Flair's problem in 2024 in more recent years?
Among other things, yes.
Let's go to the promo now. It's Flair and Arn Anderson. They're ringside with Tony Schiavone.
Boy, Ric Flair, and we working.
She loves me, Tony. How about Double A? How about Double A? How about the Four Horsemen? You know, Tony, I could make a living managing him all the way to the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm talking Double A, the Enforcer, the man. And you know what I'm talking about. WCW Saturday Night. This is it. We're talking about Slamboree, the Night of the Legends. And let me just say to you that you thought the Beatles were... Woo! They thought the reunion of the Beatles was big time. They thought the reunion of the Stones was big time. Well, let me say to you, Slamboree, the Four Horsemen. I'm not laying the cards on the table now, but May 23rd at Slamboree, it could be. Woo! Double A, brother, you tore him up, Daddy.
Do you realize how good it feels to excel at your given profession? I feel better at it now than I've felt in 4 months. But now, enough's enough. We got Missy Hyde back here beside herself on the party. Fine, there's a time for that, but now I'm going to ask you in front of all these people and the world, enough's enough. It's time you put these on. And you and I quit milking these people and get in this ring for a tag match. Huh? What?
What about it, Rick?
Yes?
Y'all want me to say I'm going to here wrestle next week? I'm not ready, Double A. I'm not in that frame of mind. I love you, but I'm not ready to wrestle yet.
When the time is right, heads are gonna roll. This is not a myth. This is a fact.
See you tomorrow night, Vince.
Doc, thoughts on the promo?
Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're starting to heat this thing up, and I like it. That was good.
Yo, I hate to tell y'all something. This is not going to happen for a while. He's still got to do all those Flair for the goal segments before he ever has a match.
Okay. Fun too.
Yeah. Now you're breaking up again, but at least we made it to the end of the show. All right. Well, you all know the drill. We're getting ready to rate this thing, hand out the Rolex and Toot Toot Award. Before we do it, remember, consider becoming a patron at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Slamboree is coming up. The only place to listen to the review of that is by going to Patreon at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Also, like Doc said, we did 5 episodes of Ask Mud Show Mike, and it was a lot of questions. 5 episodes, lots of audio there, plus all of our Patreon content, over 400 plus Patreon exclusive shows, including the video versions of the shows we do here, available on Patreon, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Doc, let's rate it. What are you going to give this one?
It was a good episode. It's too long. Nothing was too bad, though. Things are good. Hey, let's go B+.
Shit, I'm giving it A-. This was fine. Like, nothing on this show made me go, oh, God, I hated it. Like, we didn't see, what's his name? Guitar playing boy play a rift like last week. You know what I'm saying?
Max
yeah.
Payne.
We didn't see none of that. So, yeah, I'm going to give it an A-. What about you, Harper?
I'll give this a B+. How about that?
Bruh, Pillman and Austin cut a great promo. We got this good promo from Arn. Like, there was a lot of good stuff in this promo. I mean, you didn't have nothing stupid like Van Hammer out there, you know. Like, you know, Harper got to go, ooh, I over Missy. That's what I'm saying, A-.
We got Flair showing up at the end with Arn asking the question everyone is asking.
Yeah.
When you coming back, here's your boots.
Good stuff, pal. So then it means we got to give out a Toot Toot or Rolex award. Who gets that, Doc?
Oh, I'm going with Jesse. He was all over this episode, and not everything worked, just like Judas Priest records, but he was trying, man.
Okay, I'm not going to give it to Jesse, but I did consider it because he was just having fun on commentary, and he was getting paid to do that, which is even better. I'm gonna go with Pillman, but Jesse gets an honorable mention because he was gold during this one.
Well,
Harper, what about you?
Jesse's, it's like we said, he has fuck you money. Go ahead and fire him. He don't give a fuck. So he can say what he wants. If you fire him, so what? I'm a demolition man. I'm not going to go broke.
Now he has an extra Rolex.
Right. Like his mentality is probably like, man, y'all lucky I still show up to this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So who gets it from you, Jesse?
Yeah, I give it to Jesse. Jesse's hair, that little, I don't know what you call that, that little island.
Patch,
that's it.
Yeah. All right. On that note, that just about wraps it up for this week. Remember, the only way you can hear our Patreon content is tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. The other thing I want to remind you is every time you see the show posted on social media, please share it, repost it, whatever platform you're on, whether it's Twitter or X or whatever it's called, Facebook, you know the drill. Please repost it and share it for us. That really helps out a great deal. If you're on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button. Like the video, post a comment or two. Harper loves those type of things, even more than you're telling him that he's an idiot. We still love that stuff, so please post a comment. And on that note,
I dare y'all to talk shit. Here's a problem: y'all don't have the balls to talk shit about me on YouTube, because all y'all do is hide behind y'all's computer and you hide behind your freaking Nokia Obama phone that you got 10 years ago while you're taking a shit to comment about me. So
it's a Trump phone, Harper.
No, they still got the Obama phone, bro.
It's a Trump phone. It's a Trump phone. I saw it on the news yesterday.
It's a Trump phone, and it's probably made by TCL or some crappy company like that while you're taking a crap. Ooh, Harper's an asshole. I think he sounds stupid, too. I can't stand that accent. I can't tell where he's from. Is he from New Orleans or from Queens? You think that accent's real? I don't know. Because I just figured he would sound like the Swamp People guys, but he doesn't. Go put that shit up there.
Yeah.
After he worked everyone into this shoot by mentioning Obama's name. And that's why I had to trigger everybody and say, no, it's a Trump phone. All right. On that note, Harper, hit the tagline. Let's roll.
Book it, bitch.
How the piss do you people listen to these useful idiots? These dipshits think they're fucking funny, but they ain't fucking funny. And somebody needs to tell them that. This goddamn show needs more D-Man and less of dipshit, Doc, hard-boiled Harper, and this Vanilla Ice Snoop Dogg, mumble mouth Mills. You have to be an imbecile to find these three fuckers entertaining. Fucking clown show. Harper is crime broke because AI Bill Watts fined him a couple of months ago. And we keep hearing that you all want Harper to answer questions on the main show. Harper is ready to take your questions. If you want your question or questions answered, first send Harper $5 per question to his PayPal at cc30388cc@yahoo.com. After you send Harper $5, email your question or questions to Chris Harper 16wildcat@gmail.com. That's Wildcat with a K. And also email booking the territory at gmail.com your question. Make sure you state in your email what your name is and what your PayPal address is that you sent the money from. Remember, one question per $5. Kids, get your parents' permission before sending your money and emailing your questions. Lastly, if you missed the PayPal or email addresses, check the show notes and description for the details. And remember, be blessed and be a blessing. This is A.I. Eric Bischoff. No, I am not the real Bischoff, so don't work yourself into a shoot like these useful idiots in the wrestling media field. With that said, congratulations on making it to the end of this week's show. Don't forget to send your comments about what the guys discussed tonight to Luke Hawks
on Facebook and on Twitter or X or whatever the piss they call it now. The rumor is Luke likes answering BTT fan mail. Also, do the guys a solid by liking the show's Facebook, X, and Instagram pages. And don't forget to like and retweet or repost the show on all social media platforms. Lastly, become a BTT patron member where you get tons of extra shows. You can join at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Until next week, piss off.